Hello everyone, and welcome back to Maggie and Ferocious Mondays. Today, we will be reviewing our first segment of the fourth episode of Maggie and the Ferocious Beast, Season 1, Episode 4A, Out of Water Beast. In this episode, it's hot, very hot. It's even too hot to walk to the beach. Fortunately, Hamilton has an inflatable wading pool they can play in, but the beast is too big to fit into it. Now, this episode, I really like it. Just like I said in my review of the lemonade stand, this is another episode that's perfect to play in the summer. And at the beginning of this episode is really relatable because when Hamilton and Beast reject Maggie's ideas of what they should do today, they say no because most of their explanations for because it's too hot, which is really relatable because when it comes to heat can make anybody lazy. As for me, you'll either get those there's two categories of people that you'll get. Like the type of people that when it comes to heat, all they want to do is just like lounge around, want to do nothing. The only thing they're worried about is trying to stay cool. And a rare amount of those of other people who think that the heat is the perfect time to suntan. But nah, baby. When it comes to heat, in particular with me, I either get headaches or I get really nauseous. And one time, quick story time, it was pretty recent, like a couple weeks ago, I had actually fainted in the car. I actually fainted in the car, but luckily it was my auntie's homemade. She had like a thermos with some ice cubes in it, and she had rubbed it on my face to wake me up. And yeah, your girl does not do well in the heat. It makes me so nauseous. But as for this episode, I really do like it. This is another episode where the beast size really does come into play. Of the concept of the episode, you would think this concept starts to get a little bit boring, but for some reason, they make it. For some reason, when it comes to this concept, they do it so many times, it doesn't get boring. Because it doesn't get boring. And honestly, it can turn into like some really funny, silly concepts, in my opinion. And I love the wading pool that they have in the episode. It's really cute. I've only been in like a certain amount of wading pools, but I've been in a certain amount of wading pools, never like full on sat in them. The thing with me when it came to wading pools when I was a bit younger, I never like had on a bathing suit. All I had on was like my normal clothes, some shorts or something like that, and I would just like take off my shoes. And for some reason, whenever there was a wading pool, I always had on shoes and socks. Like there was this one time at this block party my dad took me to, I had I had went in with my socks in the wading pool. There were just some other kids just splashing around me, and then my feet, when I got out, my socks were all soggy and it was all dirty from the pavement, so we had to go to a corner store and get me some socks. It was funny. It was really funny. And I like it when the beast, when he jumped into the water, the Maggie and Hamilton exclaimed that you scared the water away when he jumped in because all the water got out, which was really funny. And then he said, I am the ferocious beast, and like you do. Classic catchphrase, never gets old of it. Never gets old. And then when Beast tries to get in again, slowly, he ends up taking up the whole pool. He has taken up the whole pool. And then when Maggie and Hamilton try to get in, he's covering up the whole pool because of his bottom. And it was funny when he was trying to shake the pool off his tail. It was funny. And then we get a bit of a sad moment with Beast when he's just like, I'm just too big to fit in your pool, which I honestly get it, not with the pool, but like I'm a pretty tall girl, and sometimes, I sometimes being tall, being tall has its moments, you can be able to reach tall shelves, you can be able to get to not high places that aren't really so high to you. because you're so tall. But then it has its, sadly, advantages. Like, for instance, and I kind of struggle with this still to this day, um, being like having to be moved in the back because I'm so tall. Because like when other people are shorter than me, and whenever like I'm taking a picture with somebody, I'll always get told to get moved in the back. It's kind of sad. I mean, even when the pictures do turn out good, I mean I can still see myself, but I get like this little like I get like this like haunting, not really haunting feeling, but like a feeling that I can't really shake off. Like, yeah, I was included, but I still feel left out in a way. So I totally get what Beast is coming from with this, you know? And it was really funny when Hamilton cheered him up, chasing him around with the hose. And who does remember doing that? Who doesn't remember just going all crazy with the garden hose? Like, my grandma and grandpa has that, and whenever my cousins came over, we always try to sprinkle each other with the hose. And and there's one time we had gotten in trouble. It was a whole thing. We all gotten soaked, and my grandmother was not amused. She was not, because she does not like anybody playing with her garden hose. Well, technically it's my grandfather's hose, but she doesn't like anybody playing with water around her house. She's a very clean person, which I get it. I love being organized. So I totally get where my grandmother's coming from. And then they had the idea of getting Beast to sit in the water, sit in the pool, and then when they give him the hose, he's like, for a second, but the pool is down. But then he turns to be, they make him into a sprinkler. And here's the thing. I feel like this scene at the end, I don't know how many toys were how many toys slash merchandise was produced for the show. I really don't, but I feel like this would have been a great toy, when Beast is just like sitting down and just like a sprinkler, and he's a sprinkler, and Maggie and Beast are like sliding down it. Not the slide concept, I'm talking about the water itself concept. Like, I could see it like little, like if they were to produce an actual toy like this, like they would have called it like the ferocious fountain, because I feel like that would have made great merchandising. Like we would have had like a rubber version of Beast, and like you could have like inserted your water hose, or maybe there could have been like a sprinkler at the top of his horns where the water can come out. And then I could just imagine little ones just like playing around the water in a hot summer day. Like, that would have been a really fun toy if that would have been created. That would have been a really fun toy. That would have been a really cool concept. But like, yeah. And then at the end, Beast realized that he's a he's a he's a perfect ferocious size for who he is. And I like that, because when like I said before, being tall has its advantages. But by the end of the day, I still might give myself that self-confidence and telling myself, I may be tall, but there's nothing I can't do. I'm brave, I'm strong, and God made me who I am, and that is a beautiful black tall girl who knows the sky's the limit. That might have been a bit too much, but I just know that I'm confident of who I am, and I know deep down the Beast is too. So if he can be proud of himself for being big, then I can be proud of myself being the size that I am, and all of you should too. So let that be a lesson, and hopefully not a lecture, because I don't want to turn anything into a lecture, So overall, this episode was really, really, really good. Perfect episode once again to play during the summer. It has a good lesson. It has funny moments here and there, and just another awesome role for one of my favorite characters in the show. So I will give this episode a 9. Not a 10, a 9. I don't know why, but a 9. A 9 is still amazing, but a 10, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just giving it a 9. A 9 is good. But yeah, this episode is getting a 9. So tune in with me next time as we will be reviewing our second segment of the 4th episode. Season 1, Episode 4B, Rain, Rain, Come and Stay. See you all next time. Great googly moogly.